Okay, first of all, Northwest Europe has plains interrupted by mountains, fertile soil, and many rivers. Okay, here's an example of that. As you can see, it has some mountain ranges and then some plains. The northwestern European plain is an important area for farming. So here you can see some nice farming land in northwest Europe, okay, which has fed the people of this region for centuries. This area has had an abundant supply of coal and iron and was used for the Industrial Revolution and is still used today for power. Here we have an example of coal strip mining, which unfortunately, as you can see, makes the land kind of ugly. Okay, as you recall from this note, the area is important for farming. Well, the reason the soil is so rich is because the southern edge of the plain is covered in something called loess, which is a fine, rich soil left by glaciers during the last ice age. In fact, our own Great Plains is covered in loess, which is used for farming, and many other areas around the world which are used for farming is covered in loess, which is left over from the ice age. Okay, as you can see from this map of Europe, okay, this blue right here, okay, is loess, and it's very fertile farmland plus all the rivers that flow through it. The world famous Alps, which are a tall, jagged mountain range, run across the southern part of the region. As you can see, the Alps are very beautiful, and also it has acted as a barrier for Italy. Okay, because the Alps separate Italy from the rest of Europe. Water plays a critical role in the lives and economies of northwestern Europe. As you recall, when we went through human geography, there are three factors that where people like to settle. Okay, as you recall, one, good climate. You know, the weather must be nice. Two, good fertile soil. As you can see from the last slides, that's what northwestern Europe has. And three, plenty of water. All right, here's a map of northwestern Europe. As you can see, has an abundance of rivers. Most cities in northwestern Europe are within 300 miles of the ocean coast. Okay, here's a map of northwestern Europe. As you can see, there are many large cities: Paris, Lyon, Munich, Germany, Berlin, Hamburg, Amsterdam, London, uh, and they're all within 300 miles of the ocean coast. The lakes in the Alps are also an important water source that has also been used for centuries. Here we have an example of one of these lakes. See how beautiful this is? Wouldn't you like to be there? I've actually seen places like this when I was stationed in Japan when I was in the Navy. Very scenic, very beautiful. Now, the Dutch have built a series of dikes. And why did they do this? They did it because most of their land is below sea level. So if it weren't for these dikes, they would constantly be flooded. Here's an example of one of those dikes. As you can see, it keeps the land from being flooded. The North Atlantic Current brings warm water up from the Caribbean, contributing to mild winters, cool summers, and abundant rainfalls. If you recall in previous lessons, the ocean currents is what keeps coastal areas, okay, nice and warm. So the ocean current comes up from the Caribbean and circulates through Northwest Europe and Northern Europe, which we went through in our last unit, okay, and it keeps the coastal areas nice and warm and the climate very nice. Okay, if it weren't for that, it would be very, very cold in this area and not too many people would live there. Local winds can cause changes to the normal weather pattern, like the Foehn, Foehn. As you can recall from when we went through physical geography, we have a windward side of a mountain and we have a leadward side of a mountain. Okay, and of course, the windward side of the mountain, that's the side that pushes up the clouds and releases precipitation, and it's all green on this side. Okay, but on the other side is the leeward side, which is kind of dry. However, during a Foehn, Foehn, it gets very, 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 very dry and too dry, and it causes droughts.